Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. It is now confirmed. It is game over between Gyökeres and Sporting CP, and the deal has just become very interesting for Arsenal. The player today has not shown up in training, despite the fact that he was told to show up by Sporting CP, and he has told the club he won't appear in training, not today, not tomorrow, not any other day in pre-season. So that means that Arsenal can technically sign Gyökeres without adding a single penny to the bid that we made, which is closer to 75 million euros. Now, my reports in Portugal are saying that there is a valuation difference between the two clubs. It's about 4 to 5 million, but Arsenal are saying we are not giving you 5 million, and Sporting is saying you've got to give us that 5 million. And what is actually interesting here is that the player is pushing the deal more than Arsenal are pushing. It's definitely game over between Sporting CP and Viktor Gyokerez. Unless Gyökeres is going to change his mind, CP don't have an option but to sell to Arsenal under the terms that we are actually proposing. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. What is going on? What is happening? What does this mean? I'm going to be dissecting all that for you, but I want you to do me a favor. Get me your thoughts in the comment box below. Gyökeres has refused to train today. He won't train tomorrow. Do you think this is the maximum, effort a player has ever put in to join Arsenal? I don't remember another player who has ever fought to put on that Arsenal shirt. Another player who has ever fought to wear the Arsenal badge. I don't really remember one. So Gyökeres, you are my guy. I really, really appreciate the effort you're putting in. So Fabrizio Romano today has just said that Viktor Gyökeres will not show up in training at Sporting Lisbon today, not tomorrow, or any time, or any moment in this summer. His decision is very clear, as reported days ago, a week ago. He only wants Arsenal. It's over with Sporting. Gyökeres also informed Sporting president about this 5 days ago. Now, David Ornstein has also broken this story. And, when David Ornstein speaks about something, there is something definitely there. And David Ornstein says that Viktor Gyokerez does not intend to report to preseason at Sporting amid Arsenal pursuit. 27-year-old required to join squad on Saturday, but told Sporting president he won't play for the club again. 5-year deal agreed with Arsenal, subject to a fee being finalized between the two parties. And this is Ben Jacobs as well, who has just confirmed that Gyökeres has not returned for preseason. And he says that he understands Sporting have told Gyökeres this morning they expect him back in training, but the Swedish striker is refusing. Urgency to resolve the situation quickly now from all sides is happening at the moment, right? David Ornstein as well, right there, saying that Gyökeres feels betrayed and believes that Verandas has gone back on the pact that they actually they had a couple of months ago, which was 60 million euros plus 10 million euros, which Arsenal have already surpassed, but still have no agreement in place on a fee. Arsenal are working to land Gyökeres, and he has a 5-year deal with the club. So, listen, very interesting stuff when it comes to the Viktor Gyökeres deal. And I want to say this. Gyökeres has no right to refuse to go back to Sporting. He has no right to refuse training. So I'm not saying he should be doing this. It is not within his rights. This is a contract that has a 100 million euro release clause. And if you're bound by contract, you should be going in training. Like, I wouldn't really want to sit here and say Saka has refused to train with Arsenal because he wants to go to Liverpool. It would be embarrassing. It would be bad PR, a bad image for the club. But I think Sporting have brought this on themselves, right? If they agreed on a pact last summer, which was 70 million euros, and Arsenal have already surpassed that amount, then what the hell is going on? Why don't you let the guy go? He's already told you he wants a new chapter. He's already told you he wants to win. He wants to go elsewhere and play in the Champions League, right? And yes, Sporting are in the Champions League, but I think he thinks Arsenal have a bigger chance of giving him that Champions League title than Sporting. And that is absolutely true, despite the fact that we have never won it. right? So Sporting have actually caused this on themselves. There is no reason why they agreed to keep this guy last summer and give him all this bullshit that he's gonna be sold for 70 million euros. They've actually caused it. Now the player wants the agreement to be honored, and Sporting is saying, well, we can get more money. And Arsenal offered them more money. So I don't know what they really want. I don't know what they really want from this deal, right? Now, of course, Simon Jordan was speaking about this deal, and he said Sporting are right to negotiate with anyone and try to get the maximum amount of money they can actually get from this deal. And I don't have a problem with that. And nobody, absolutely no one, has a problem with that. My problem, and everybody's problem, is what about the agreement you've got with the player? Why aren't you trying to honor that? Like, if Arsenal have gone 5 million above the 70 million euros that you set, then absolutely settle for that, right? It's not bad money for a 75-year-old, for a 27-year-old who's actually not proven anywhere in the top 5 leagues. It's not, it's not bad money. Now, for me, I think it's over between Sporting and Gyökeres. It is definitely over. If he had a chance of staying at Sporting like 1 week ago, that chance is gone. And this is the reason. One, I mean, he's been pushing for this Arsenal move like for about 5 months now. He's been pushing and pushing and pushing as a player. And when a player pushes so much, you've got to understand that they don't want to be there anymore. That chapter is close to them. The chapter is done. Like, it happened with Viktor and Napoli. The player said, I am not staying at Napoli, regardless of how much you're asking for, regardless of which teams that are trying to give you money. I don't want to stay at Napoli. And what ended up happening was Osimhen was sent out on loan for a whole season to, I think, Fenerbahce, and Napoli didn't get the money they were asking for. So this is going to happen with Gyokerez. And why I think that Arsenal have literally won this race is this. Sporting CP should know, if you let go a player like Gyökeres on loan, you're not going to get the 75 million euros that Arsenal are offering you, right? They're trying to squeeze us, but they know that this is the best they can get from this player. Okay, let's ask this a simple question. Which team is going to give you more than 75 million euros, right, in this guy? Like, which team in their right mind is going to pay more than 75 million euros for Viktor Gyökeres? Which team, right? No one. Liverpool? No way. Manchester United? They don't even have that kind of money. And even if they had, I know they respect their money as well. Who else? Chelsea? Chelsea could, but Chelsea have Liam Delap already, and they already have Nicholas Jackson, and they have Joao Pedro. So they don't need to be extravagant. Go out there and spend ridiculous amount of money, right? So no one is going to give you 75 million euros this summer, or more than that. Arsenal are willing to give you 75 million euros. And then you have to remember that next summer is going to be like 28, turning 29. No one is going to give you even 65 million euros in this guy when he's turning 29. So Sporting are just being absolutely stupid, in my opinion. Take the money and run. You even don't know if this guy is going to work out for Arsenal, right? Yes, I know he's got a lot of goals, but if we put a lot of context to those goals, they actually become a little bit, lightweight, right? They become lightweight. So in my opinion, what I'm going to say with, Viktor Gyökeres is simple. It's over, and Arsenal have won this race. It's as simple as that. Because what this really means for Sporting is you now can't keep the player. Like, you don't want to show other players that a player who is disgusted by staying at your club can actually stay, right? The relationship, the rapport between the two parties is now absolutely rotten and broken. There is no way Arsenal, no way Gyökeres stays at Sporting. And he only wants Arsenal, right? So, for me, I think Sporting were thinking that Arsenal would raise their offer to maybe 80 million euros before Friday. And they were hoping so much that by Friday, Arsenal maybe have given them like 78 or 77 million. But Arsenal ain't stupid. We are not stupid. We know that this guy doesn't want to be there, right? We know that this guy doesn't want to be there. It's the same thing that happened with Benjamin Sesko. We knew that Sesko had a gentleman's agreement with RB Leipzig that he would be sold. If anyone came in and brought in a sizable chunk of money, they would actually sell him. And that's why Arsenal was saying, you have a gentleman's agreement that he goes, we are not giving you crazy amounts of money, right? We're not giving you 100 million. This guy is worth 70 million euros. You want to sell, you want to reinvest in your squad. You'll eventually become desperate. I won't be surprised at all if RB Leipzig call Arsenal and they say, add 5 million to that 75 million euros and you take Benjamin Sesko. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised at all. And it would be Sporting CP's loss, not Arsenal's. Because if we get Sesko, we get a number 9 that we have been craving for a very long time. If we get Gyökeres, we get a number 9 that we have been craving for a long time. So Arsenal are simply in the market to get a number 9. I think CP are just being greedy. They're just being a little bit selfish. And they're just being uncalculative, in my opinion. Because you've got to look around at 27, who is going to give you that amount of money, if not Arsenal? And the reason as to why Arsenal are willing to give you 75 million is because, one, they don't have a striker. Two, they've been searching for a striker for the last 3-4 years. And three, they've got a ton of cash that they accumulated in January and put aside and said, we are going to sign a number 9 with this money. So Arsenal have got their money there. The other best thing that comes close to Arsenal is Liverpool. Because if Liverpool sell Darwin Núñez, they are going to come in with a ton of cash. But why would they leave Hugo Ekitike? Why would they leave Benjamin Sesko and come for Gyökeres? Why? Arsenal have been pushed towards Gyökeres because he is in the budget that they can actually afford. But for Liverpool, after selling 1 or 2 players, they have sold Joran Kanj, I think 30 million. They're selling Darwin Núñez. They can afford Hugo Ekitike. They can afford Benjamin Sesko. They can afford the strikers they want. They can afford the top talents that are a little bit younger. So for me, Sporting are just being greedy and uncalculative. This is how it ends, right? This is how it ends. I'm just going to be a prophet. This is how it ends. Arsenal will not add a single penny to their bid. But what we could do is restructure the deal in terms of the structure, in terms of guaranteed payments. Sporting know that no one is going to give them this amount of money for a 27-year-old whose career is like in the evening. Like, that's the truth. No one is going to give them that kind of money. So the best thing they can do, is simply take it. That is as simple as done, right? And maybe, we wait to see whether Sporting are going to say, we shall wait until Monday, right? Maybe they wait until Monday. Today is Friday. Maybe they wait for Saturday and Sunday. And if they see the Arsenal are not moving an inch, maybe we get the deal done on Monday. But Sporting also have to be very careful. Because when it comes to Arsenal, our approach this summer has been, we are either taking the player or walking away. So I won't be surprised if Arsenal go and make a bid 75 million for Hugo Ekitike. I won't be surprised, right? And I think 75 million euros could start real good conversations with entering Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike. That there is a very, very big possibility. But the way for me this ends, Arsenal get their guy. This guy gets 75 million from a 27-year-old striker that has not played anywhere in Europe. And everyone is happy. Gyökeres gets his move. And I want to commend Viktor Gyökeres for the hard work he's actually put in. What a player. What a guy. How many players would actually push like this? I don't remember a player pushing for Arsenal to join them. I don't remember. This has been incredible, incredible desire and incredible work by Gyökeres to say, not returning in training, he has added 2 million to Arsenal's bid. that tells you everything you need to know about this guy wanting the move. So for me, it's game over for Sporting. They've got to give in, and then we save time. The earlier they do that, the earlier we save time. The more time we save time.